I think it says we're live.
We're live.
We're live. And I'm not even checking. I think one of you guys one of you two should open up a tab and make sure that we are going live on YouTube. Someone's in the chat. Yeah, well, I missed that. We'll probably never do that again. I got some great videos though.
Do you?
For later on, I'm teasing the what are we calling it? Moment of destruction.
Do you want to shit on that Transformers book that came out this week? Did you read it?
I had great 6-shot moments in it.
It had some good 6-shot moments in it.
I like
what the fuck was up
moment.
with that pacing? Why are they interrupting the action scene?
We're live
with random.
Leave a comment, David.
Woo! With
Oh man, I think the oh no, there it is. Awesome. So yeah. Oh no, that's the private chat. You go to the comments.
Chat, man.
There it is.
We are setting up this first live YouTube show is great already.
Well, it's the live. No, this is the live pre-show. This is before we do anything. We've got like an intro that's not all just rigged up like a redneck on a computer.
you actually did a professional one.
It's pretty good.
Super good.
I have a commercial teasing a new project that we're probably going to work on.
That's awesome.
All right. Yeah, I'm on the YouTube page. I'm on the YouTube.
Oh,
right
tech
now.
support checking in. It's working. I didn't see you comment. You didn't comment anything.
I just commented.
Oh, there it is.
Howdy.
Howdy. I'll show it. Howdy. There's our YouTube.
Here, let me get in there.
Our little YouTube icon.
Yeah.
Awesome. So if you're there, it's not like anybody's actually watching.
No, not yet.
Just one's watching, and that's
who the hell's gonna watch this crap? But if you are watching, let us know. What time is it? Can we go live yet? And we got a couple of minutes.
We got no.
I mean, we are live. This is the live pre-show.
We're doing it live.
It's the live pre-show. Are we better off like this, or like this?
I like the other
or
one.
like this. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
I like this.
I like this. I like this.
What about this one? Can I make that? Can I make that fourth window my computer screen?
You could.
Maybe that's what I should do.
It needs to be symmetrical and symmetrical.
Maybe that's. Hold on. Maybe that's what I should do.
Oh, speaking of Transformers,
screen share. Oh, that I can do that.
You can do that. Yeah.
Should we do that and leave the picture up the whole time? Do you guys like that?
No, we can change it.
David's like,
we can do this, and then when you want to run the trailers, you can go to that one.
Okay, if you got some trailers for me to run, I didn't know I was gonna have to actually do shit during this damn show. Just want to talk.
Well, let me go through. I'll just send you links.
Are we talking? No, you can send me links or hey, whatever. Are we talking Tom King and Jay Lee?
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah, we can.
I don't want to spoil anything because I love this new setup where David does all the work and then surprises me with the news. It used to not be like that. We used to be like, oh, wait,
yeah,
okay.
I know. Yeah.
What are we going to discuss? It was really, if you're in the chat, let us know. Live pre-show. We're going live. Oh, it's 7. Let's go live. Let me get my.
Let's do it. Let's start the show. Get your intro going.
I'm doing it. I got to find it. There's so many buttons now. Here it is.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think anybody will watch that garbage?
Some people will watch anything, Scarlett.
That's it.
All right.
I hate.
Weep grana weep mini bong on the actual show.
Weep mini bong.
Leave us a comment if you're listening. Oh, Adam,
hey Gomer,
Adam.
that was actually really good. That was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
I'm
gonna fix it up. It was better when I played it in the other window, all jerry rigged up, because we talked over it and cracked wise while it was playing. Now it's just a picture and music. It's kind of lame. But hey, Adam, Hempseed, my brother from another mother, maybe the same mother. We've never done a DNA test. Missed y'all last week. Yes, let's talk about last week and the horror show that was last week. As
That's ironic because when we didn't do this show, I watched the horror show, and it was a really bad wrestling show. Don't watch it.
So anyway, as any long-time follower of this, I mean, not the YouTube channel because we got like 80 followers. You guys aren't following us, but especially the Facebook page. You know that we are associated with a website, and that website is basically what started this whole thing. Us getting a Facebook page and us growing it and having content and communicating with different groups. And
Yeah.
shout out to all my groups. Everybody knows, those groups I hang out in.
Hello.
I'm all on Facebook, but Outright Geekery started as just a few guys at a comic book shop doing a weekly recommendation video on comics. And just whoever happened to show up at the comic shop really on a Wednesday morning.
Yeah, we just talked to whoever.
That was
on
a podcast called Geeks' Square Table.
Yeah, some people would come in and didn't even realize we were recording. They would just chime in with a comment in the background, and we'd be like, "Oh, come on, dude, sit down."
It was like a very Zoo Crew kind of format.
Exactly. It was very open. Everybody had a passion. Everybody had something to say. But I was at a weird time in my life during that. I was transitioning right out of the economic depression that was happening, about over 5 years ago. And I was going back to college, and I needed an outlet, because it was a really hard transition. And that ended up being that outlet, Outright Geekery. So as I do with everything, I put everything I had into it, and it grew. And it was basically by accident, that it grew. And a shout out to Valiant Comics. They just hit me up one day.
Hell yeah, Valiant Comics.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a huge Valiant.
We do have a big Valiant
fandom here.
following,
yeah.
and they're great.
Several of our sister podcasts are Valiant centric.
Yes. But anyway, they hit us up on Twitter and were just like, "Hey, you guys want some books?" And I'm like, "Wait,
what?"
They do that? And that's basically how it went the rest of the life. We just learned as we knew.
I was just doing reviews, so you'd give me free books. I have a couple books on this shelf that you gave me.
Right?
Yeah,
so,
more than a few. Plus all the digital, all the review copies and stuff.
So when those just kept growing. So I was like, well, maybe I should just ask. So I'm asking Image Comics and Dynamite and Dark Horse, and they're sending us books and press releases. So eventually the site got bigger and bigger. We added more and more podcasts. We added more videos. We added so many things. And again, we learned as we went. And eventually our resources ran out and our growth has outgrown. We got too big for our britches. There was a lot of growth, a lot of good growth at the end of 2019. That was very promising for this year, but that's just ran out. And the site it's like building a skyscraper on the sand. You can keep building, but eventually it's going to sink.
You have a poor foundation.
Yeah, exactly. And it wasn't even that foundation. The foundation is the resources that you can afford to get, like your server host, how strong your server is, how powerful it is. And ours just wasn't built for what we were doing on there anyway. And hey, whatever, man. It is what it is. It's disappointing, sure. But you close one chapter, you start writing a new one.
It's not over, right? We're doing this right now.
That's what we're doing. We're moving
on Facebook. We're live streaming on YouTube. Hey, YouTube, the first time we're doing this.
I know it's intimidating. Yeah. We've only got one comment. It's from Howdy, Howdy, Howdy.
Howdy, 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 howdy.
So yeah, that's where Outright Geekery is now. The website's still there. We're not putting any content there. Everything's going to the Facebook page. Twitter's getting rolled out. Instagram's getting rolled out. Basically, everybody who's volunteered over the 5 years, thanks first of all. But most of them are still with us. They're going to, in one capacity or another, they're going to do stuff. They're just passionate about passion, and they want to work. So yes, it bums me out because it was a thing. But I'm also really proud of it. It is the journey, not the destination. I'm a firm believer in that. So, except for Empire, it's terrible. We'll talk about that later.
You have to fill me in on that one because I haven't been reading it.
But so that's it. It is what it is, and we're going to move forward. We're going to do more of these. I'm planning a preview show for Monday evening. Moving forward, just talking about the books that are going to come out later that week. And now we can do the commercial. You want to do the commercial for another thing I'm doing?
Yeah, let's do it.
We had a website.
Now we have commercials.
We never had commercials when we had a website. Maybe that's where I failed. Leroy the other day is like, "Oh man, you really should have been billing us for all those podcasts we were doing." And I'm like, "What the fuck, dude? You're right. I should have been charging you.
Of course,
you
Leroy said that. That's awesome.
I should have been charging you a-holes. Hoosier, like
Hoosier
that.
daddy
Yeah.
now.
John Hoosier, he's great doing some stuff for us. They're passionate because of the example you set. Aw, shucks. Here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there you
I
go.
like these live pitches that you're giving us right now. You know,
I know, right?
For shows to
Actually,
It's best. Go is the best pitch man around.
I stole all that music from Adam Hempstead, who's in the chat.
The music's
I stole
great.
all of it from him. He's like, "Hey man, check out my new things I've been doing." I'm like, "Okay, thank you," and I'm just using them for my own advantage. But yeah, we're gonna do a top 5 show, and that's exactly what it sounds like. Exactly what was teased. Top 5. I don't know. Whatever
we want. Yeah.
Top 5 Marvel events. Top 5 streaming shows on a certain streamer. I don't know. It's wide open. That's why it's so great. Top 5 MCU is probably going to be the first one. That's a big tease right there. I've got Leroy and Eli involved as always because they just love doing shit, especially like that. You know, spitting their opinion. Yeah, Eli has a whole segment of it on his podcast where they go like top 10, get deep. I know, double.
Shit, man! Eli likes his list.
10.
He likes his list.
He lives dangerously, man.
Eli likes listicles.
All right, so okay, again, that's what I'm saying. Outright Geekery is done, but Outright Geekery will live forever. You know, Outright Geekery is dead. Long live Outright Geekery. There you
Yay!
go. So, what's going on with you guys?
And there was much rejoicing.
I drank a lot of scotch last week.
Shit, man.
Say. Yeah. Dude, I had to tell a lot of people a lot of things that felt like bad news. And
I understand.
It was just better for you to get a little
exactly. If I get a lot nicer when I'm drunk. I get, very weepy. But dude, it was very gracious.
Get liquored up tonight.
Everybody was very gracious. No one came and been like, "Oh, you son of a bitch!"
Man, you
remember when I quit World of Warcraft? I thought my guild
to
was
get our names out there, to get our work out there, reviews and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
and we're gonna move on. We're gonna keep doing stuff. Leroy's already talking about moving over to an audio platform as well. So, and he streams right here. The Convo Bully stream right here on Outright Geekery Facebook page. Yeah, see, Adam, hey, I wrote that song. You did. Hell yes. I'm considering that permission. That is copyright approval. Who is this? We will be back refocused, Outright Geekery. See, that wasn't me doing that, so there's no ton. That's got to be Henry. Yeah, refocused. There's no reason to give him an excuse. We will be back. We're already back. We got 100 new followers on Facebook this week without even trying. So what's going on with you losers?
Oh, man, nothing much. I was just watching the Transformers 1986 movie right before this podcast. Which is why I brought up that.
I have it actually.
Right I know you do, man. we did a show about it.
I have it right here. This is the Steel Book.
Yeah.
You think the outside looks good? Wait till I open this son of a bitch. Look at those discs.
You got the touch.
We're just showing off our hardware.
Oh, it's freaking gorgeous. I love the.
Give
4K.
that code away. Give those codes away.
It's great.
Plus, they expired in like 2017 or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Everyone brags about how beautiful it looks because of the high def. The sound is what's really great. People ignore it a lot.
Man,
people ignore it a lot.
So I usually put it on just as background noise, but I know exactly what's going on just based off of the score of the movie. I know exactly when Stan Bush starts singing again in Dare, that Cup is coming down the mountain and jumping onto Blitzwing's cannon to shoot it in a different direction so it doesn't hit Hot Rod.
Yeah. You're right, dude.
Come on down, Otto.
And it's that the thing about it is the music is so vitally important, like you're explaining, to every moment of it. It's not really orchestrated to it, but it sort of has become that way just because the music is so damn 80s and so is Transformers. So they had to take special care. And if you watch the bonus shit on the second disc, they get into the audio a little bit, where the music was a great part of it, but it didn't sort of overlap the other stuff going on, because there's clanks and there's grass being blown away and laser. You know what I mean? There's little subtle sounds that you really have to be able to hear too. And man, it's I love it. I mean, I have to go watch it right now. I got 2 screens. I can watch it right now.
You could be watching it right now.
And I was watching it during the pre-show. So,
David, what do you got going on?
Last week was kind of a dumpster fire.
Oh, good.
No,
yeah. We had our first.
I'm so glad I wasn't the only one.
We had our first positive confirmation of COVID at our workplace, and so that basically threw everything out of whack.
Yeah.
So, but
well, that's good though. That's good though.
I remember way back, I guess in January or early February, we did a show and I talked about Snapdragon looking like the bot mode of Snapdragon for Siege. Looked pretty good.
I have a Snapdragon up here.
G1.
I think that's Snapdragon,
Guess what?
Right? That's Snapdragon, right?
That's Snapdragon. That is the
G1.
G1 Snapdragon.
Headmaster.
Yep. Awesome. I found Earthrise Snapdragon.
These fins right here are worth more than the figure himself.
Oh yeah, because everybody lost them. Just
everybody
like the
lost
Prime.
Their dog ate it or something.
Yeah.
Cat ran away with the damn thing.
And the dish ran away.
And I have some pieces just laying around right over here. So
Yeah, it's when we can go back to flea markets and stuff, we can check the toy boxes.
Right. Got a question from Hoosier. New Netflix comic movies. We did watch Old Guard. I think we talked about that a couple weeks ago, didn't we?
Yeah, we talked about Old Guard about actually not a week before last, I think.
Last Days of American Crime got such low ratings that
I haven't seen that yet. Yeah,
I just totally ignored it.
Yeah, I didn't really plan on watching it at all.
Yeah, I totally ignored it.
Like the Transformers Siege series was supposed to be out this week.
No, that's Thursday.
It comes out on the 30th.
Oh, Thursday, right? Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thursday, yeah. Something else comes out this week too that I'm looking forward to on Netflix. I don't remember what it was. That'd probably be a good thing to do now. But all right, since everybody's good, we're all ready. It doesn't just go away. I have to click it.
Yeah,
the video ends. I was sitting here talking to myself. Oh,
there was a little bit of a pause there.
Yeah, I was like waiting. I said your mic is muted while the video plays, and I'm like, oh man, I can't talk right now.
It's time for the news. Yeah, right. It was better when we could talk over those stupid videos.
Yeah, yes, it was.
All right, David's got news.
That's going to affect how we do like the Mystery Theater 3000 show.
No, we'll figure it out. We got all kinds of. All right, Dave, what's in the news this week?
Oh shit! There's a lot.
Oh my god, Dave's like, oh my god, dude, wait till you hear it, Gomer.
All right, so we got
this is how I get informed.
We got San Diego Comic-Con. We got like Microsoft announcing a whole bunch of games.
Whoa! Don't! It's like rapid fire. Let's just hit one at a time.
It's rapid fire. This is a lot of stuff to cover in a little time.
Well, I want you to pick at least a few to start out. Ease us into it, man. You still want to get me into bed with my socks on.
We need to be romanced a little, David.
Yeah, dude. Wine Dine 69 me.
I'm sorry.
With some comic book news. I'm already trying to get
video game news. Yeah. What's going on with Microsoft?
Start at Microsoft.
I wasn't going to start at Microsoft. I already had the other thing pulled up. The one thing I didn't tease was the thing I was going to start off with.
All right, then. Whatever you want.
Okay. All right. So Tom King.
We're starting off with Tom King.
We're starting off with Tom King.
You have all the quotes? You have all the quotes?
Friday. I've got the 2 major ones.
I can't wait for this one.
All right.
This was great. Tom King.
On Friday. He posted on Friday, he posted, "Today, DC put out an alternative cover to Rorschach by Jay Lee, who has done covers for Comicsgate, a hate group. DC does not consult creators on alternative covers. I reached out to them to express my deep disappointment. As far as I'm concerned, this is the cover of Rorschach 1, which is the one with the black background with the red thumbprint.
That's a cool cover. Jay Lee's awesome. Yeah. All right,
that's not the cover that.
No, the cover. Yeah.
Oh yeah. The cover Jay
Lee's talking about the second cover.
Dope. But anyway, let's first comment on Comicsgate. Comicsgate is a loosely knit, I would say, group of people who basically go to social media and other places like that, YouTube, and gripe about. That's what we do when we review comics. We gripe about them. Gripe about comics in a specific context that involves a progressive agenda, SJW agenda that takes forced diversity that takes away from the quality of the books. Okay, that's a valid opinion. Any opinion is valid. I don't agree with it. I don't think that's what's happening in comics. They are. I am happy to let them have that opinion, and they can. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's cool. But Comicsgate is also associated with specific tactics online, where people comic book creators who they deem, worthy of their torment them. Now, I am not condoning anyone's tactics, not at all. But it's hard for me to group people and label people because I know people who say that they're in Comicsgate, and they're not a-holes. They don't condone people, getting whatever called names and racist things on the internet. I don't condone that stuff. But I am okay with people having an opinion about comic books. So that's where I draw the line with Comicsgate. It's a half in, half out, but I think I'm in with the okay part and I'm out with the bad part. You know what I mean? I think that's a fair thing.
Opinions are great, but when your opinions become harassment, that's.
But the harassment and opinions is different. Right. When I make an opinion about a book, I'm not harassing the creator.
There are a lot of them that are just cyber bullies who just bully these creators. You know, who are they're just trying to get their art out and they're just trying to get their experiences out because there's a lot more. It's not just old white guys writing comic books now. There's all kinds of people. And it
shouldn't be. I don't think it should be.
The movement towards inclusion and diversity should be considered a natural evolution of the media.
I tend to agree with you, but I'm not here to argue with people who don't agree with that. You know what I mean? I'm okay with. I'm gonna turn my thing a little bit. I'm gonna have to let them just do their thing. You know what I'm saying?
I understand. Their opinion,
but I do draw the line at bullying and harassment. They should not be doing that.
Right.
That's
terrible. Their opinion that there might be forced diversity in comics. It's okay for them to have their own.
I don't agree with it.
I don't agree with it either. I don't agree with it, but they can have that opinion. But once you start bullying people, it's wrong.
100%. Okay.
Now let's move on to Tom King.
When Marvel puts out 100 different comic books a month, there's no way that all 100 of those books are being forced diversity. It's picking and choosing in a way.
Yeah,
you're digging too deep into Comicsgate.
Yeah, okay. we're wading in the weeds here.
I think because the story, Tom King literally calls them out as a hate group.
He says that they are.
I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair. That lines him up with people like the KKK and shit like that. And I just think people who hate on comic books is different than someone who literally lynches people in. You know what I mean?
You never know. There might be some crossover there.
Well, no, there might be, but he's perpetuating an idea that simply is not proven at all. Just because there's a group of people who happen to have a group of people involved who do terrible things does not mean that the whole group is terrible. The KKK as an entire group is terrible. Comicsgate, I know people who associate with Comicsgate, and I'm not going to say that they are guilty by association because I know them. And they are okay with Marvel doing what they do in certain books. But other books they have, like the New Warriors that they were talking about coming out with Snowflake and stuff like that. It's hard to argue against shit like that when Marvel is like throwing it in your face.
that was, I don't know, that seemed
exactly,
weird.
exactly. All right, sorry, little tangent.
Overly confrontational.
Let's get back to Tom King.
Okay, so the thing is Jay Lee does not have Twitter. He's not on Twitter.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a presence on Twitter. But the follow up to this Tom King part came later Friday, where he said he spoke to Jay. He's not on Twitter, and he didn't know that Comicsgate existed, and does not support hate of any kind. So we're good. Best possible outcome. So they got together and they talked.
There was another one though after that. That he had on that Jay Lee put on Instagram.
I have that one up too. I was going to.
Let's go ahead and read that one now, and then if I can, I would like to comment.
Okay, the one that Jay Lee put up on his Instagram is 2 weeks ago. June and I took Loki to San Diego to see a specialist.
He's talking about his dog.
He's talking about his dog. His dog. The picture on the Instagram has some artwork and a picture of what looks to be like a French bulldog.
Yeah,
named Loki.
Dog name.
That is especially for a French for a
French bulldog. Yeah, that's great. It's a great dog.
Oui.
Perfect.
This past Friday was supposed to be the day of mourning. We're back in San Diego to pick up his ashes. We're going to take him to the beach and comfort each other by sharing our favorite stories about our little boy. Instead, a part of the internet I avoid like the plague came barging in. I had companies I'm working for calling me, friends reaching out to me. I'm seeing hate pouring out of strangers' mouths, accusing me of things I have no knowledge of. I'm seeing firsthand how fast lies are.
Well, that's what happens when people start talking without knowing what they're talking about.
All right. Well, first of all, let's go back to Tom King's original statement.
Right. Tom King shouldn't. It was so unprofessional.
What did he say though?
He said that Jay Lee does artwork for companies that
he did
promote comics.
Jay Lee did do a cover for someone associated with Comicsgate.
Dynamite?
No, before that, he did a cover for an Ethan Van Sciver book. I think it was what it was.
Okay.
But there's also the side of it that, well, no, Tom King still should have, should have checked his sources. And then there's the angle of it. How the hell does Jay Lee not know what Comicsgate is?
Yeah, right. That too.
Yeah,
like,
there's so much with it not being anything. Because what happened was they squashed it. Tom King and Jay Lee eventually got together and they squashed it. And what's the concern? That Jay Lee may lose work over this? Has he lost Rorschach #1? Has he lost that cover?
I don't think so.
No, that's probably going to be the best-selling, if not one of the best-selling single issues of the year. He didn't lose that cover. Has Dynamite announced any cancellations of Jay Lee work?
It's going to make it the most desirable cover.
Oh, I think so too. Yeah, probably, David. But I haven't heard anything about Jay Lee losing any work. Okay, so down the road, if Jay Lee does lose work, let me know. But don't just let me know. Let Tom freaking King know, because he's the one who started all this shit. But eventually, it will get worked out. I think a lot of people are having a problem with this because it all happened in the public.
Yeah.
Right?
What was unprofessional for Tom King was he shouldn't have been.
I don't think it was
unprofessional.
unprofessional
It out on Twitter.
No, I think it was professional, and let me explain.
Okay.
What he is doing, what everyone is concerned about with Jay Lee is Jay Lee losing credibility and reputation because of people he's associating with in the comic book industry. Tom King was concerned with the same exact thing. He was concerned that someone who associates with what he called a hate group is associated with a book, a huge book that he's writing. So he's getting out in front of a problem that he perceives is going to happen. Now everyone is worried about Jay Lee having a problem that they perceive is going to happen. Meanwhile, no one actually has a problem at all. The only problem here was both of them were ignorant about something. Ignorance is not a problem. I think ignorance is a good thing.
I think ignorance both are at fault at some point.
They are. They were both ignorant about things, but ignorance is not really a fault. Ignorance is a spark that is supposed to lead to the burning of knowledge. Okay, period. You can't learn anything until you admit you don't know something. Not knowing something is literally what ignorance is. Tom King was unaware that Jay Lee was unaware what Comicsgate was. Now, while I find that hard to believe from a tabloid sensationalism, if I really wanted to get all journalistic, I don't believe that shit for a second that Jay Lee didn't know what Comicsgate was. But they ended up working it out, and they worked it out in public, which is exactly where it started. But still, people have a weird beef about this. Here, Drew Manchu.
It's just weird seeing creator beef like that so public out there.
I know
it's just kind of new. I did like comic creators are they're like celebrities now, People
of course they're celebrities. Anybody with any but the thing about it is social media makes it so that we're connected directly to our celebrities.
Exactly.
That's the problem. People don't understand that yet. That's a real person. Tom King is an actual dude who takes a shit, who rubs that gunk out of his eyes every morning. All right, Drew Manchu from over there at the Comic Core. Definitely check them out. I think you just go to YouTube and search for the Comic Core. They're dope. As a freelancer, he has to be aware of professional relationships with people with bad press. That is on Lee. I 100% agree.
Yep.
Jay Lee needs to be knowledgeable. And it's not even knowledgeable, dude. Who in the industry hasn't heard of Comicsgate? I mean, who hasn't heard of that? It's like one of the biggest
stories in the last...
It's not even that big, but it's still something that...
It was...
All right, first of all, let's say this. If Jay Lee doesn't know what Comicsgate is, then he is unsympathetic to the victims of Comicsgate. If they're, if that's the direction we're going to go. I can call Tom King out for being a D-bag too. I can call everybody out for being a D-bag here. The biggest problem I have is with us, the fans, and how we're dealing with it.
We're not used to it.
It's my biggest problem with it. Oh, I love that story so much. Because it's a nothing burger. It's literally, they worked it out. They worked it out. It's nothing. The fans are making this such a big deal, and I love it. I got into some deep shit in the CBI group earlier today with Leroy and a bunch of folks. It was really deep, too. How about this conspiracy theory? Tom King actually did Jay Lee a solid. This was all orchestrated. Because Jay Lee really was Comicsgate, and he wanted a way out. So this is how he gets out. He has Tom King call him out, and then he's like, oh, no. I was all innocent.
Tom King just basically boosted.
That's some CIA shit.
So Jay Lee's doing a face turn. I gotcha.
It's a face turn.
This is some This is some Majestic 12 level shit right here.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. All right, moving on. Should we do the news thing again? Hold on.
We can.
Awesome. All right, go ahead. What's our next news story? We've been going a while. This is
all right. Let's just get to some trailers. I sent some to you via the messenger.
Oh,
the Facebook Messenger. I don't even know. You should just use the StreamYard Messenger. Oh my gosh, dude! Hold on, everyone.
Okay, so
hold on, everyone.
The thing about using the StreamYard Messenger and the Facebook Messenger is because everything that I have set up for like news is on one computer, and I'm using StreamYard on a separate computer.
Oh, this guy. I
have a two computer set up.
I didn't have Facebook open for 20 minutes, so it's full of crap.
Professionalism at its finest, y'all.
Yeah. This is improv at its best.
I mean, I wish we'd have planned this part at least.
Yeah, right. I didn't know you were gonna do trailers.
Oh my gosh, how many have you put in here?
About 6.
All right, which one do you want first?
Yeah,
you're killing me.
Mutants.
Is that the first one?
It should be. Where
Yeah,
no, it is the second one, the one with the bear-looking things.
Oh, you're killing me.
It's the one right after Bill and Ted.
See, I'm seeing the one after Bill and Ted is Halo Infinite for some reason. You don't want to talk about Halo Infinite.
I don't want to talk about Halo Infinite. I wanted to talk about the Microsoft announcements. That's the one and Psychonauts was the one that I got.
Hold on.
Psychonauts looks amazing.
Psychonauts looks amazing. That video
I love the first game.
You guys are killing
me. Put the Psychonauts video up. That video looks trippy as hell.
I'm figuring it out. Is this right?
Yeah,
Did I do it right?
I'm so excited for
that one. Yeah, you can do that one.
All right.
It's queued up to be like at the end of it.
I don't want you guys to see any of my ads. It might be.
He doesn't want you to see any of his Pornhub.
Hey, can we watch ourselves on this?
Yes,
dude, just blew my mind, Adam. You're gonna destroy the internet. That will break the whole internet if we do that. If we stream our stream on our stream,
this particular
Deadpool times
trailer
2
is kind of long. I mean, it's
dude, it's more than a trailer.
We're just talking while it's going.
Like half the freaking movie.
I'm gonna turn it down.
Well, what's your opinions on this New Mutants? Should they? Is it coming out to theaters, or are they just putting it on streaming?
All right, first of all, it's not going to come out to theaters because Americans are dumb, and we're still going to be dealing with coronavirus then. Secondly, yes, I think it will eventually be put out on streaming, but I don't think it's going to be like Disney Plus, like anybody.
I think it'll be like $20 or something like that, like they did with that Trolls movie.
Right?
Exactly.
It's either Disney Plus or Hulu. I don't know.
Well, I don't think they'll put it on Disney Plus or Hulu. I think they'll put it on
They definitely won't put it on D Plus.
I think they'll put it on like Amazon or some a platform that you have to actually rent.
Why would Disney and Fox put a
product? They wouldn't get money off of it.
No, dude, no. David, he's saying they're not going to put it to stream there. They're going to put it to video on demand stream there, like like a pay-per-view, like a rental.
Yeah, you remember
they've been doing that on Amazon for the entire coronavirus. Yeah, Trolls is $20.
So much money.
It did
doing that right when the coronavirus started. They're going to do that with New Mutants because they're going to hope to make at least some money off of this turd. You know, actually, I'm kind of hopeful for this one because I like the idea of a mutant horror story. But man, this wait's just killing me. They just need to release it already.
Dude.
They just need to get this thing out. They teased this thing for too long. It just needs to come out. I don't care how it comes out. Just as long as it comes out.
I mean, I don't know, dude. Honestly, I don't know.
You are all here because you've killed someone.
Okay. Let's move on. What's next?
It's so long, dude. I know.
It's long. If it wasn't for that opening sequence, it would just be this, and it wouldn't be that bad.
Well, what other releases do you want to talk about, David?
Yeah, let's go to the.
We don't have to watch the trailers. Just what do you want to talk about?
All right, so we had.
Leave that. All right, nobody's. I guess you can't steal any of my information from here. Damn it, guys.
We had a full trailer for Bill and Ted Face the Music.
Yep.
Which looks awesome.
It looks amazing. I can't wait for Bill and Ted.
Man, I'm really you don't have to play all these trailers.
You don't have to play any of them, man. We're good.
You don't have to play all the trailers. If you just play the Psychonauts trailer, I'll be happy.
Oh my gosh. I gotta find it.
It's
like talk about Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted Face the Music, basically Bill S. Preston and Ted Theodore Logan
did you see the news that Rufus is going to be in the?
I did. I was just. So
what's your bet on what he's going to be? Going to be like their grandchild or something?
He's gonna be
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's. It's what? Go ahead, David. I'm sorry.
I said I think he's going to be CGI, like they brought back Peter Cushing.
Nah, I think he's going to be like their great grandchild or something like that.
Wasn't Rufus in the second movie not George Carlin?
Yeah.
Yeah,
was it like Ringo Starr or something? Ringo Starr could be Rufus.
No, they should make it a kid, a younger person. Because yes, it's in the future, but not that far.
Yeah, it's like they're living. All
right, let's do this Psychonauts trailer.
It's actually a pretty good trailer.
That's coming to VOD in August too. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it is.
See,
September 1st, not August.
See, we're never gonna have movies again, y'all. The movies are going away.
They should just bring back drive-ins, man. Just bring back drive-ins.
That sucks.
What are you talking about? Drive-ins never went away.
Not where you're at,
where
but
you
everywhere
live
else in the world.
BFE.
They're playing like classic movies. They had Jaws. I would love to have gone and seen that, but
I would love to see Jaws through my steamed up window. 80 fucking degrees in my car. Carbon monoxide.
That's why I have a truck, and I just
listen, I'm a redneck.
There in the back of my truck, and I have
got my truck,
all kinds of cold drinks. And
you can't hear it. I guess I didn't push the thing the right way. And never mind. Psychonauts. There you go. Whatever. I hate doing this.
In this trailer, Jack Black is singing in that part of the trailer. And once he starts singing, it goes like, I guess you need drugs to watch that trailer because it goes trippy as it can be.
Yeah. Oh, so we need to do Jack Black endorses drug use.
I thought he already did. Did you not watch like the Tenacious D show like that was on like Showtime or HBO?
Drew Manchu.
Or the movie. He does shrooms in the movie.
Yeah, he does.
Drew Manchu in the chat. Every bit more we see of New Mutants, the more I get excited. Dude, I'm with you too, but it's kind of like Christmas is only a year away. I get excited about Christmas. Holy crap. How long is It's been like 4 years, dude.
They've been like teasing this thing for like 18 months now.
It's been way longer than that.
It's been way longer than that. It's been years.
And then Fox got bought out.
When they started teasing New Mutants, Macy Williams was still in Game of Thrones.
Exactly. They were going to do reshoots. The kids have grown so damn much they can't even do reshoots on this thing. All right, more news.
We've got trailers for Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead.
Nobody's watching Walking Dead anymore, man.
Nobody's watching Walking Dead.
That show has totally jumped the shark. Like way.
This Utopia show on Amazon looks cool.
Isn't that like based on like Huxley's Brave New World?
Nah, I think it's a comic thing. I think it's a comic book thing.
I don't know anything about it.
Looks cool. What else? What else you got, David?
We got a Hulu Marvel series called Hellstrom.
Yeah, but that doesn't say Marvel on it. Why doesn't it say Marvel on it?
It is not part of the MCU.
It's not part of the MCU, but it says Hulu supernatural horror, loosely based or inspired by Marvel Comics. The first trailer for Hellstrom, and apparently during like the presentation panel for this, somebody was actually censoring it.
What do you mean?
They one of the actors was saying names and stuff of characters, and they were censoring the names.
Oh,
they were like, please.
None of those streams were live.
Yeah, but they censored that presentation.
That's lame.
What a ripoff. And that's fine. You do what you want. Was it a Hulu show? I'll watch it. I get Hulu. Hell. What else am I going to watch?
Simon Pegg and Nick Frost are back together again doing a new series for Amazon called
That's going to be dope. It's like, this is right up your alley, David.
Yeah.
This is like crypto biology crap. Bigfoot.
Cryptozoology.
Oh, wow. That's going to be amazing.
Paranormal. Yeah, this is Coast to Coast AM stuff when it was good. Not
old school.
We'll
see.
Art Bell.
Is it going to be like Supernatural, but with Simon Pegg and...
Dude, that would be so good. That would be so good. I would watch so much of that. I hope it is. It's probably not, though. Dude, anything those two guys do is gold. It doesn't matter.
It does. They're so great.
Have you ever seen the series Spaced?
Yes.
That is so good.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right, more news. What else?
More news. Okay, Oscar Isaac, Poe Dameron is coming out with a series.
What?
A graphic novel series. This was announced.
Really?
Yeah. Keanu Reeves. I don't know. This whole J.J. Abrams everybody gets a freaking comic book. I'm sick of it.
Oscar Isaac leads the Head Wound Sparrow graphic novel. He shows up at a Comic-Con at Home panel to discuss Head Wounds graphic novel he's been developing with childhood friends.
At least he doesn't have like a big name behind him helping his ass out. Like Keanu Reeves does.
Keanu Reeves.
The up-and-comer Matt freaking Kent. Award-winning Matt freaking Kent.
Yeah, no, right.
Writing the damn
Keanu was not writing shit.
Keanu's like, oh, yeah, it's a good idea. I'm not taking anything away from the guy. He's a great actor. He's an okay actor.
But what if I do a kung fu kick right here?
Dude, he's been in some dope movies.
He has been, though. He's a really good actor.
But he's not a great actor.
I know.
I'm okay. I think he's pretty good. I like his John Wick
He's okay. Stuff. He's not like an Oscar.
No, he's not an Oscar winning, but
people make this guy out to be a hero. People, I mean, and he is in his personal life. The way he is about just life. Yes, he's a great human being, and I guess that sort of carries over to his work. But it doesn't for me.
I'm still gonna shit on his comic book.
You guys are watching this shit.
It may actually be pretty good. You never know.
Well, Matt Fraction writing it might be good. Yeah,
probably gonna be great.
All right,
I love Matt Kent.
So we have the Eisner winners announced for 2020.
Not a lot of big books on here. Chip Zdarsky won for After Lift, which is I think the only winner that I actually
there was
read
a
this
controversy
year.
involving the voting process because apparently they were using an unsecure portal for voting.
Russian bots.
Russian bots
love Chip Zdarsky.
Dude, he would love that joke more than anyone else. He is such a great guy. He is I have a man crush, a hard man crush on Chip Zdarsky.
So let's see.
I read his newsletter like this when I get it.
Dude, he's hilarious. Oh yeah,
he's hilarious, dude. He's writing a hell of a Daredevil too. We'll talk about it later.
So, like best single issue one shot winner was My Favorite Thing is Monsters by Emil Ferris from Fangora or Fanagraphic.
You're gonna read all of them?
No, I'm just gonna read.
Hit some highlights. Hit some.
Best continuing series is Bitter Root.
That's a big deal. Bitter Root is the real deal. It's great. It is really, really good.
Best new series is from Dark Horse. It's Invisible Kingdom from G. Willow Wilson and Christian Ward. It's a Burger book. Burger Dark Horse.
I'm not a fan of that book. None of the Burger books have really.
Best webcomic was Fried Rice from Erica Ng.
Cool.
Best writer was Mariko Tamaki for Harley Quinn Breaking Glass.
Nice. Perennial winner with Monstrous, right? Too? Doesn't she do Monstrous? Hello?
No. That's Marjorie Liu and Sana Takada.
Oh, that's right.
She did that like the She-Hulk, that gray She-Hulk book.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was good.
That was really good. Let's see. Best penciler inker team is Rosemary Valero O'Connell.
I don't even know these folks.
Yeah,
man. You're doing highlights.
Let's go to reviews. Let's start talking shit about some comics.
Yeah, let's get reviews.
Okay, I'm just
going to reviews.
Stan Saki won best lettering.
Did he?
Man, you gotta play the video so it cuts off his mic.
I don't know if I have it.
I'm kind of surprised, Gomer.
I'm looking for the. Don't I have a top 3? I do have a top 3 intro. Hold on, let me get it. I gotta find it.
I mean, like Little Bird won best limited series.
I didn't read that either.
Yeah. Naomi was nominated in that category. I'm going to go all
Michael Bendis book.
That's the Bendis book. That's the new Supergirl book.
Oh, that's okay book.
That's a good book.
All right.
That's all right.
Sentient, which was from TKO, it was nominated in that series.
Oh, it was nominated, didn't win.
Ascender was nominated. Ghost Tree was nominated. Man, these are like all the books that I read.
See, you're a trendsetter.
I am a trendsetter.
All right, let's.
Let me close this out.
That was the news. This is the top 3. Oh, crap. I got to open up my notes.
Oh, no.
You didn't take notes?
Who takes notes?
I took notes for the news.
Oh, man, those aren't the right notes.
I know.
Someone else going to have to go first. I got to find my damn notes. Professionals always.
and you guys make fun of me. Okay.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and start. Number 3 for me. This was kind of a weird week for me. I didn't really have much time to read a shit ton of comic books, but so I'm gonna put that caveat on this on being my number 3. But I'm gonna go with The Amazing Spider-Man: Sins Rising Prelude number 1.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding?
That is
I am kidding.
Mouthful to say.
It is
And first off, I do want to talk about this run because I fucking hate that this book exists. This should just be an issue of Amazing Spider-Man.
It's like an annual or a 0 issue or something.
This does not need to be a special prelude thing.
Yeah.
Okay. That being said, I actually enjoyed the story that was told inside here. Sort of. This
Don't you hate when that happens?
Yeah, I know. So this was a reintroduction to Sin Eater, who is an old Spider-Man villain who, I've heard about, but I never read his story, I never really knew anything about it. So this is a nice introduction to the character. It goes through his past. It has some really good art in it.
Who's the artist on it? Because it's Nick
The
Spencer,
artist,
right?
yeah, it's Nick Spencer, and the artist is Guillermo Sana, and then Jordi Belair does all the inking and stuff. So you know it has all great colors and stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, but it's basically just this nice examination of the Sin Eater's psyche, and it brings him back to life. It does get really hokey at the end. I'm really tired of Kindred and all of this hell stuff that's going on in Spider-Man. It's all dumb.
The problem I had with Spencer Spider-Man is kind of what you're saying. There was just so much of it. The whole Craven the Hunted and Hunter part, that arc with his kids.
There's all point ones.
It was pretty good. But the point ones and
it was just hard to collect.
Yes, dude. And it was too much, way too much. Especially when the Tom Taylor Spectacular Spider-Man was so
good.
Oh, no, I think it was Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
It was Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, yeah.
Yeah, that was so good. And it was simple, and it was to the point, and it was Spider-Man traditional in the way I want him, not these huge, outlandish things.
Yes.
Nick forgets a lot of shit, but I don't think any of it's his fault, dude.
Man, I don't think all of it is his fault. Some of it is, though, because this Kindred character, he introduced this guy with all of these point one issues. He's probably introduced this guy maybe like 60, 70 issues ago of Amazing Spider-Man. And they keep teasing us on who he is. And honestly, at this point, I don't give a shit anymore. I just want
Hulk.
I just want him. Yeah, I just want him to go away. Yeah. The only thing, he better be like Ben fucking Parker or something like that for us to be waiting this long. Like, shit or get off the pot, Nick Spencer.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not reading it. I stopped.
Let's move on.
David, you want to go? Or you want me to go?
I'll go.
Okay.
All right. So
that means I end it. I hate ending it.
I killed Khan.
A lot of. See, what is that? You got a garbage disposal going? Is there a dump truck driving by your house?
I have a fan going.
It's one of these things.
No, it's not an oscillating fan. It's just a box fan. I have it on like the lowest setting, just so it can circulate a little more air in the house. Oh, Hotel Hell number 3.
Oh, nice. Is it Hotel Hell or it's just Hotel?
I don't know anymore.
I think it's just it's listed on previews as just Hotel.
But
AWA, I have to admit, I am an issue or so behind on all my AWA books.
This is another one of those just entries into the, like, really creepy macabre. The artwork is very
monochromatic.
Yeah, monochromatic. It's like uses just like single colors and like certain panels.
Yeah.
Lady is trying to retrace steps on she's trying to find somebody missing, and she stays at the last place she was seen. She ends up discovering like secret passages in the hotel where she can watch like other guests from like two-way mirrors and all that.
That's creepy as hell.
Really, really weird.
I hate that sort of shit in hotels. Yeah. Mirrors on the walls that you don't have the other wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but she eventually like finds dead bodies and a portal into another dimension or something. I'm not sure.
Oh, jeez.
Like we got like a Wendigo looking creature. It's like, House of 1,000 Corpses and all kinds of stuff. It's like the Firefly family. It gets really weird towards the end.
It sounds like it's weird at the beginning.
It is weird at the beginning.
Anybody else reading Decorum?
I am. I haven't got around to reading it this week.
Oh, dude.
My week has been kind of off.
Yeah.
This whole week.
It's not really on my list. It's not really on my list for top 3 this week, but I definitely wanted to mention it because it's so damn good. It could be on my list every week. What about Daredevil? Is anyone?
I haven't been reading it, man.
Dude, again, I don't really want to put this on my list, but Chip Zdarsky and Marco Cichetta are killing it on that book. This is kind of a fun point. Daredevil is going on trial for murder. And I guess it's sort of part of the Superhuman Registration Act that heroes who wear masks can, like, I don't know how to put it. They can be a witness, right? At a trial. So Foggy Nelson is saying So if that's the case, then there's absolutely no reason that they can't stand trial in their mask. So Matt Murdock is not going on trial. Daredevil is going on trial.
Interesting.
It is wildly interesting. Chip Zdarsky is taking us into.
So this is a Hulk Hogan Terry Bollea thing going on, right? Hulk Hogan has a 7-inch penis, but Terry Bollea,
right? Possibly.
That's what happens when you use steroids, man.
So those are two good books. Is anyone reading Empire?
No.
Empire is shit.
Yeah, I have not been reading Empire at all.
Really
it looked like shit from the beginning, man. This whole Celestial Messiah thing has nothing on me. Like
that's not even the worst part of it, really. It sucks that Sheedy's art, Valerio Sheedy's art, is being wasted on such a terrible story. It's a bait and switch with this whole Kree Scrolls thing. But they're not even the bad guys. They got decimated literally in the first book by the Kotati.
There's a lot of plant people. There's a lot of plant people from the moon. Seeing.
They're plant people from the moon.
That's dumb as shit.
Empire #2 this week was just way too much explanation, too much attention to the tie-in shit. They spent 3 or 4 pages talking about what's going to happen in the other damn tie-ins. Way too many pages talking about the other tie-ins. And it's just boring. It's boring. Plant people are boring. It's like a salad bar.
I agree with you. Well, except for Swamp Thing. I like Swamp Thing.
Well, Swamp Thing if this was a DC event, Swamp Thing would just be like, plant people, and the plant people would all die or bow down. This would be a no event.
I don't know. He has problems with plants all the time.
Yeah, he does. But anyway, all right.
Who's that villain from DC that's also a plant person?
The Floronic Man.
But that's not.
No, he's a villain.
Marvel.
Floronic Man.
That's it.
Yeah, Floronic Man. Lame. Who'd have come up with that? I think it was
Alan
Moore. What an idiot. What a moron. All right. When things shut down before the pandemic, X-Men was probably the biggest thing going on in comics. And I am happy it is back. And my top 3 this week definitely reflects that. Number 3 for me, Hellions. Number 2, Seb Wells, Steven Segovia. Havoc, Orphan Maker, Nanny, Wild Child, Empath, and Grey Crow, with Psylocke leading. Grey Crow was originally Scalp Hunter.
I saw that picture.
His name is racist as hell, so they dropped it. I'm all for that, and I'm also all for them not making a big deal out of it. When you make a big deal out of it, it kind of cheapens it a little bit. Anyway, they've all been put on this team by Mr. Sinister to build this, it's a team of severely disturbed individuals, okay, to help them overcome their issues, and it's got a whole lot of potential. If a mutant, let me set the subtext here. If a mutant's power is what inherently makes them a mutant, and allowing mutants the freedom to be themselves in the context of them being a mutant and that mutant power, if that mutant power also gives them a mental disorder, then the mental disorder itself is also part of their mutantdom and must not only be protected, it has to be held in the most dearest regard by Krakoan law. Right? That represents a problem. This book is diving into that problem head first.
But like the most dangerous mutant is like Proteus, ain't he? And he's got a
No, Proteus is and that's what they mean. Proteus is physically damaging. He doesn't have anything wrong mentally. They've fixed that problem with Proteus, and they've talked about it in the comics. They give him like a new body like every other day. He's constantly going through the resurrection protocols. But these mutants, for example, empath, okay? Normal people who can't read other people's minds and control their emotions like empath can. They are aware of certain emotional cues that other individuals give them. If somebody makes a face and is sad, they get that cue and they react a certain way. Well, empath, he gets those cues and instinctively he can just change your attitude. So he doesn't understand those cues. It's like autism. Wild Child, he has no control. He's a pack mentality sort of thing. Havoc is suffering from massive PTSD. and they've touched on it in here. All of these characters are suffering from some sort of mental disorder. And the X-Men have always represented underserved populations in the real world. Picking up on mental illness in that context is just wonderful for me, dude. And this book represents
it's a good idea.
This book represents everything.
How they explore it.
Exactly. Are you reading Hellions?
No, I'm not reading Hellions, but I might check it out since now
should.
I know what it's actually about.
Yeah, it's really good. Zeb Wells is an underrated writer. He does
my
good
problem
things.
my problem with the X-Men stuff is there's just too damn much of it, man.
Yeah, you don't know where to jump on.
You can really pick and choose. If you start any of the Dawn of X stuff from issue number 1, I think you're going to enjoy them. If you were a New Mutants fan, you're going to enjoy New Mutants. If you were an X-Men fan, you're going to enjoy X-Men. X-Force is the CIA of Krakoa. Marauders is the trading company of Krakoa, both black and traditional markets, and you can pick those up, and as long as you understand the new status quo that's happening with the mutants in the Marvel universe, you can appreciate all of those series for what they are, and they don't have to cross ways. Now that I say that with X of Swords coming up, which
they're
have
all
to read
gonna
all
be
them.
Yeah,
so there you go so while you're right and I'm right, because until X of Swords hits, I'm right. As soon as X of Swords hits, you're right. So Marvel has a great thing going until they ruin it for themselves.
Yeah, pretty much. It was like some insidious plan to lure you in.
Yeah. I was lured in from the minute they said Jonathan Hickman was writing X-Men.
Yeah, no shit, man.
As soon as they said it, I was in 100.
I'm waiting for X of Swords because so far all we've been really doing is a lot of setup, and I'm really waiting for something to really go down.
There's some good story going on. The main X-Men book, though, yeah, it's all set up.
Yeah,
it's been all set up. Who's up? Adam, you up?
I guess I'm up. My number 2 book was Justice League Dark number 24 by Ram V or Ram the Fifth or whatever. I
think it's Ram V.
Ram V and Amansi Napulpin. I don't know. I can't pronounce that name. I'm sorry.
If they're listening, hey.
If they're listening, your art's pretty damn good. So, basically, this is the group getting back together after the end of the last arc. And there are, it's Detective Chimp pretty much leading this issue, which I love Detective Chimp. And he is going around to all of the members, gathering them up, helping them get through their individual problems and shit.
I can't believe you're reading all the Justice League books.
Pretty much, because they've all turned. Well, no, I'm not reading the main one. The main one is total dog shit.
Were you reading it before it turned?
I was reading it up until Snyder. Well, I was reading it with Snyder, and once he left, it was.
Yeah, me too. That's
the
only one I was reading, though.
Yeah, well, Odyssey was dog shit before for a long time, but once you get like an arc into it, it really starts getting a lot better. But this issue. They of Justice League Dark, the team is getting back together, and they are going into the other place to save Zatanna's father, Zatara, who burst into flame in front of her and died. Forever a long time ago. Books. So they're really gearing up towards the end game of this book. I feel like they're tying in all the plot points that they've been building up since the first issue. And I feel like this book might go away soon.
Well, as you know, and as I think you'd agree with this, the Justice League books are basically the barometer for the entire universe.
Basically.
With the way they handled the main Justice League book, where Perpetua and all the Source Wall and all that stuff ended the way it did, and then that presumably going to be 5G and now Death Metal. Definitely Death Metal. They've already mentioned it in Death Metal.
They already have. They've already covered it. Yeah.
Once Death Metal is over, we'll probably get a new status quo in the Justice League book. I would assume.
They'll probably relaunch everything again.
That's what I'm thinking, especially the Justice League books.
Yeah.
With that said, I love the idea of having a cosmic Justice League, a dark magic, sort of Justice League, irregular Justice League. What's the other one? There's a fourth one.
No, there was only 3. There was Justice League International.
Sorry, I'm not following.
Oh, no.
So I couldn't tell you.
But Jessica Cruz was on the space one. That's Odyssey.
Jessica Cruz is on the space one.
Yeah, so there's a space one, a magic one, and the prime one.
Yep.
Okay. There wasn't a fourth one for a minute?
I don't think so.
Yeah, will be. Give it time, Gomer.
Well, technically, the Legion is turning into a Justice League book.
Man, fuck the Legion.
It's a Young Justice. They're Young Justice now.
Yeah, but that book sucks. Bendis is writing that book into a hole.
Oh my gosh, I don't want to start on Bendis. I haven't read one of his books in quite some time, and I'm not going to. Naomi,
because they suck. His last issue of Action Comics was dog shit that came out this week.
Oh my gosh.
Plus, it has John Romita Jr. on it, so the art's dog shit too.
The preview for Legion number 10 for next week is just terrible. David.
Oh,
number 2 for you.
Fired. Shots fired. Oh my god. I have a love-hate relationship with JR. So.
Dude, I think I've narrowed it down where he got bad when he went digital.
Probably
some of his earlier stuff in the 90s, 2000s, it was a lot better, I think.
It's just I think that if he would take the Frank Miller path and maybe limit his color palette, he'd be a lot better.
Possibly. David, number 2.
He has a very Frank Miller-esque kind of style, Sin City kind of style to it.
Yeah, I'll give you
and
that.
I think that, it doesn't work with like many colors. I think it's.
What's your number 2 book?
Number 2 book is a new book from Image Comics called Bliss.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
So Sean Lewis with Caitlin Yarsky.
This is the Coyotes team.
Yep.
What's the story on this one?
Well, can I just stop for a second because I got a story about this creative team. The writer on this book, I interviewed him on another podcast, and I said, I think the first question I asked him was, so Caitlin Yarsky, where did you find her? Because I'm not sure this book works without her. And I didn't mean it to sound mean, but it was mean. But with that said, I read Bliss number 1 too, and I'm sorry, it was terrible except for the art. I hated this book, dude.
I don't know what is going on.
Opinions. I love this.
I love the art. The art is trippy. It's kind of got a very Terry Gilliam kind of style to it. If you're watching like a Terry Gilliam movie, Monkeys, Baron Munchausen, it's kind of like that. And the guy, the main character, the father, I think his name is Benton.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like the guy that played Hamilton in Hamilton. I watched Hamilton.
I can see that, sure.
But
his name's Lin-Manuel Miranda, by the way. How does the bastard orphan, son of a whore?
Don't do that. We might get sued by Disney.
Yeah, no shit, no shit. Are you doing Hamilton on that podcast, sir? 2 people are watching. Royalties. So go ahead, Bliss.
Take my shot.
Oh, nice, nice.
He's a father. Benton's a father. His a shotgun wedding. They have he and his then girlfriend, now wife, have a son. The son is
that all escalated so quickly.
It went really fast. It was jumping around a lot of places. I guess like crime is okay. Degenerate society is okay because like he gets robbed and he beats a man for an orange.
It was weird, dude.
It's weird. It's like the son is kind of recounting the story of why his father did the things he did. The son is telling the judge, we live in a society where, a banker can steal people's retirement funds and then laugh about it. And then people will beat the crap out of the banker. We have, pedophiles and stuff. But what my father did was no worse than what anybody else has done.
The main problem. Go ahead.
It's like this really weird kind of like horror vibe to it where like Bliss is a distilled essence of your worst memory taken from you.
It's weird.
The
problem I had.
It's weird enough that I kind of want to continue to read it.
I'm not reading the issue.
I'll give it issue 2, but it's not there.
The problem I had with this is I couldn't tell if it was trying to hit me over the head with socially relevant things or if it was trying to be really subtle with socially relevant things. And it came off as kind of wishy-washy. You know what I mean, David?
Yeah,
because he flat out mentions in the writing like some terrible things, but then in the art and the direction, it's kind of subtle. Even though he is beating the crap over a dude for an orange, but I don't know. I don't know, man. I did not care for it. Except for that art. That Caitlin Yarsky art is the real deal. She is the real deal.
It was the reason why I picked up the book was because of the team. Because I was like, they did a good job on Coyotes, and Coyotes was like supernatural.
Coyotes was great. Yeah, it was really
great. It was just really, and that's the reason why I got it.
I want Caitlin Yarsky on a Deadpool book.
I could see that.
I mean, she's just perfect for that character. And not
or a Batman book where she draws the Joker, because it seems like she could
she could do some variant covers for Joker. I think
Mad Hatter
in her style. Yeah, she could do the Batman villains, because the thing about Batman villains
with a bad team,
they're horror. They're horror characters.
Yeah, they're all horror characters.
Yeah, all of Batman's villains are basically horror characters. So if she has this great little, and maybe it's just the coloring that she has on this, and possibly the tone of Coyotes that's making me say that. I don't know if she could do like a bright book, like a Spider-Man. You know, Spider-Man's got to be a bright sort of thing. I don't know if she could do that. But she could do Deadpool, man, and definitely Batman. I agree with you now, David. You talked me into it.
Yeah. But it's just I'll stick around for issue 2, but because it goes like he goes to like these weird things in a pool, like aliens.
No, he does. I read it. You're right. It's weird, dude. It's got some great design though with that pool when the dude's falling into the pool.
Yeah,
that's some great design work. It's just, I don't know what's going on. All right, my number 2. I hated Empire, but I loved Empire X-Men #1. That's my number 2 book. Awesome. Jonathan Hickman and Teenie Howard teamed up for it. They're the main two over there at the whole Dawn of X thing.
I know.
Matteo Buffani did the art. Nolan Woodard did the colors. Clayton Cowles on letters, and Tom Muller did the design. This is Alien Plants versus Mutant Zombies. We know the Kotati. It is. It's plants versus zombies, dude. The Kotati are invading Earth. They land on Genosha, which is just off the coast of Africa, to attack Wakanda. So while they're there, just per chance, Wanda's there. Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch. She feels bad for being a monster and murdering a bunch of mutants, taking away their powers. That she resurrects the dead mutants on Genosha, and they become zombies just as those plants invade the Earth, are using Genosha as the staging ground. It's dumb.
That's hilarious.
Just like Empire. It's dumb and stupid.
Hey, but sometimes you need dumb and stupid.
Exactly. This book knows it. This book knows it's being dumb and stupid. Mm-hmm. Hickman is leading into it, and he's just that damn good because he's pulling in. All right. Not only is he pulling in Wanda Maximoff, which is great history, even in the House of X. Is
she still an Inhuman, or did they turn her to a mutant?
She's still an Inhuman. On Krakoa, they tell campfire
I read
stories
that
about her.
Yeah, they tell campfire stories about her.
She's called the Pretender. The Pretender. Don't say her name. Don't say her name. She's like that kind of Voldemort villain. So it's cool that he's leaning into that character.
Weird.
But part of Krakoa is also they're selling plant-based pharmaceuticals. Mm-hmm. So they're in cohorts, in cahoots or whatever with other pharmaceutical companies in terms of their plant-based, biological-based stuff.
Impossible burgers.
So it's kind of coming to a head there because Krakoa is a biologically sort of rooted, and not a pun, rooted society with Krakoa, providing everything for them and the drugs that are leading to their diplomatic freedom. There were these Golden Girl biologists, like these super scientists, old ladies who were introduced in X-Men. They show up at the end of this issue.
Thank you for being a friend.
Yeah. So yeah, just a fun, stupid, dumb sort of issue that I loved every bit of.
Awesome.
Because Empire's dumb anyway, and I love X-Men. So yeah, that's my number 2 book.
I need to pick that up. I totally forgot to get it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm missing out on Empire just because it's a big event book.
Yeah, that's probably why it was, because it was.
And you're not helping change my mind by telling me it's terrible.
Winter's gonna kill me, dude, because I'm getting all of X of Swords, but I'm also getting that Donny Cates Null event. the Black King or King in Black, or whatever.
That'd be great. All of Donny Cates' Venom stuff has been great.
We'll see where he goes.
Yeah, man. My turn.
Kind of over it. I want him to go to DC. Yes, your turn.
He does need to go to DC. All right, my turn.
I want him on a Green Lantern book. Just saying.
My number 1 pick was low number 23 from Rick Remender, with art by Greg Ticini and Dave McCaig.
You know, the reason books like this don't get chosen by me is because books that are like consistently good like this, you just overlook them because
you just overlook them. But the reason why I wanted to bring this one up is because this is the final arc of this book. And so I figured this is probably about one of our last chance to bring it up. But this book is fucking amazing. Wow. I think Rick Remender has been doing a great job. We're bringing all of the stories together. There are 2 separate human domes underneath the ocean because the sun, went supernova, got super hot, so nobody could live above. One dome is based off of a Greco-Roman democracy style. One dome is based off of Russian authoritarianism style of government. The Greco-Roman style, since they're all capitalist pigs, just wasted all of their air. So now they're going up, trying to go up to the surface, because that's their only chance of survival. Meanwhile, the Russian dome just hates them because whatever, and is attacking them, trying to blow them up. And then up at top, there were human survivors up top who evolved and adapted and just hate the people below, which they have a great term for them. They call them sea monkeys, which I think is hilarious. Nice. But yeah, basically every storyline is all starting to merge together, and I just think this is a great book. Greg Ticini's art is fantastic; it's trippy as hell, and I think people should check it out if they get the chance.
Rick Remender does not get enough love.
He does not,
just because his damn TV show failed. People hate on him. Death or Glory is great.
Yeah, Death or Glory is really good.
Low is good. He's Black Science, right?
He was so. Black Science. Black Science ended, but Black Science was good.
So damn good. He's got something else planned for later this year too. From everything I've heard.
He had an ad at the end of this one for his next book.
Still one of my favorite X-Men writers. He did X-Force.
He did do X-Force. That X-Force run, Deadpool. So he's one of the best Deadpool writers.
I don't know if he ever did him solo.
He never did him solo, but he did him in that
team. Dude, he writes all those characters. He wrote all those characters great. The Psylocke Angel stuff he was doing, heartbreaking. 2 monsters falling in love, and my heart's breaking, dude. So good.
I'm with you.
So good. Yeah, Rick Remender's the real deal, man. I don't think he'll ever do Big 2 work again.
He shouldn't. Well, he started his own imprint over an Image. He has that giant generator stuff, and he's selling merch. I mean, what other? I don't see very many other. Yeah, he's hustling.
Death or Glory would make a great 2 or 3 season. You should read Death. You're not reading Death or Glory, I bet.
I
haven't been. Yeah. I need to get on it.
Yeah, I might have to get you that first volume. But yeah, they could do. Dude, they could even make it a quick 1 season. But man, there's so many cool characters in that, dude. There's a dude who uses a what is that, David? The cold stuff, liquid nitrogen, as a weapon. He's got a liquid nitrogen gun.
Oh yeah, that.
Wow.
Yeah,
it's so cool, dude.
I bet it is, Mr. Freeze.
It's so rad. Freeze.
Freeze.
The Ice Age.
All right, David, you're up. I think number 2. Or no, is it number 2 or number 1?
Number one, man.
Number one. Batman 95.
Oh my gosh, I'm off Batman. I'm done with Batman until number 100.
I don't like that book, and it's weird.
The whole trudging through all this to this build up finally to get to the Joker War. I think it was worth the trouble.
Really, you're enjoying Joker War that much?
Batman is on the losing side for a change, Well,
he got all his money gone. He doesn't have no powers. Of course, he's gonna lose. It's his only damn powers, being a billionaire. It is.
But the Joker is pretty much. It's not just like the Joker is dismantling Batman. The Joker is dismantling Wayne Enterprises.
Yeah, it's his now.
Yeah.
I would do that too.
And it's
good move, Joker.
He's doing the exact same plot that Bane did in The Dark Knight Rises. Yes.
Thank you.
Most adults do.
You'll just have to imagine the fire. You know I have to kill you now.
I know.
I do think the art in that book is pretty damn amazing.
Well, all right, I'll stop you there again. It's freaking Batman. DC puts their top-notch talent on that every damn time.
And they should be celebrated for putting their top-notch talent on their top-notch.
I love James Tynion. He's dropping the ball with Batman.
Tynion is dropping. This is like one of the first books of his that I'm really not digging because
it reads like fan fiction.
It does.
I don't want this spectacular, crazy Batman story. Just give me plain old Batman dealing with his teammates, not teammates, but Robins and those folks, dealing with his bad guys. This Joker, really? Back to the Joker well again?
It's really quick to jump back to Joker, especially for it being Joker the whole time.
You know where Joker never showed up once in Tynion's Batman run? Detective Comics. And it was damn good. I feel like when people get Batman, writers get Batman.
Have you been reading the Detective Comics run that's been going right now with Tomasi? It's actually pretty good.
I read some of it, but no. I'm pretty much off all my DC books, man.
I'm
reading Death Metal. I'm waiting to see.
This is David's review. But David, tell us what you loved about Batman.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Let's not shit on Batman anymore. Let's shit on Batman.
But it just Batman is the master strategist planner, and all his strategies have basically been countered by the Joker. It's like when
so not the master
anymore. It's
not the master.
That's the Joker.
It's not Joker going after Batman anymore. It's Joker going after Bruce Wayne and dismantling the man behind Batman.
Victory has broken you. I'm gonna keep doing Bane impressions until I'm done.
Most sexually active adults do.
Yeah. Do you suffer from occasional herpes flare-ups?
You should have you watched like the Harley Quinn series?
No one knew who I was till I wore the mask.
The Universe Bane is like one of the best things on that show.
All right, so Batman is Batman. What issue is this? 95?
95. So you got 5
2 months to 100, right? 2.5 months.
They've already advertised for after 100.
And that new suit shows up towards the end.
It's a dream.
They show it.
I don't think it's a dream suit.
I don't. It's a suit that Alfred or somebody. It's probably Alfred. Alfred probably designed it for him before he died.
It's like a Freddy Krueger. It's like an anti-Freddy Krueger.
Anti-Freddy Krueger. What do you mean?
Dude. He can control his dreams. Batman. He can control his dreams.
I'll make your best suit ever.
I don't know. It looks lame. I thought it was a Blue Lantern suit for a minute, and I even posted in like a couple groups. I was like, "Oh, cool, he's getting a Blue Lantern ring," and they're like, "Oh, do you not read, dumbass?" And I'm like, "Oh, my bad."
Batman. That's in the Dr. Manhattan.
That's who it is. It's Dr. Manhattan Batman. We knew it was going to eventually come to there. Jesus.
Man, what's your opinion on death metal? We haven't talked. We have every time death metal has come out, we have been off for some reason.
Let's definitely make a plan to talk about it during Death Metal number 3 review. Okay. Because I did read Death Metal number 1 and I liked it quite a bit. It's perfect popcorn summer blockbuster movie feel to it. Picking up on a lot of threads that Snyder had already weaved, throughout. Mm-hmm. Even New 52, right?
Yeah, way back. All the way back. He went far.
So I haven't read issue number 2 yet. Okay. Did we want to talk about Transformers?
Is that on your list?
Is that your number 1?
It's not. But we didn't talk about it, so
I mean, we could talk about it. I mean, I thought we talked about it earlier, or we talked about it on the pre-show. So you got to come here for the pre-show if you want to.
Okay, so we won't do that. We'll tease. I'll tease. I got great intro videos for the Moment of Destruction, so we'll tease that for the next time we have a good
Transformers week.
Transformers book. Yeah, awesome. So my number 1. Is it my turn? Y'all ready?
It is your turn.
And I told you it's heavy X week. Wolverine number 3. That's right, 3 X books for my top 3. Ben Percy and Adam Kubert. I have been very, very happy with this.
Benjamin Percy's he has come out recently to be a beast. Yeah.
AWA and Marvel, his work combined there. Is he doing anything at DC?
He did a really good Green Arrow run at the beginning of Rebirth.
Okay. Did he do the issue 50?
No, he didn't do issue 50.
Okay.
I think he
That's
got
the
off
only
around,
one I bought.
I think
and
he
that
got
was
off around
good.
mid-30s or something like that.
Issue number 50 was pretty good. They dropped that whole thing with Oliver having some anti-justice.
Yeah, they totally dropped that.
Bastards.
They might bring it up in Death Metal or something.
Freaking bastards.
Man.
That's the USB thing, right? Where he had that thing that would take out the Justice League.
I don't think. Yeah, it was something that took out the Justice
League.
They
never told us what it was.
Martian Manhunter took. It's like, oh, you don't need that. Like, who the hell are you? Fire guy, Oreo. Shut up. All right. I have read a whole lot of Wolverine in my life. Okay. When I first started getting into comics, it was because of Transformers and G.I. Joe. And the first X-Men, the first Marvel, the first anything else that wasn't that got mixed into the bunch was some early Wolverine comics. So that was like my first introduction to X-Men, solo characters, the Marvel universe as a whole, shared universes, as a whole. So I read a lot of Wolverine. It's like my main thing in comics that isn't, Transformers and shit. Anyway, Percy gets it, dude. He gets the character right. He gets how a Wolverine book is supposed to be in terms of the story, the arc, how to set up an arc. This is only a 3-issue arc.
That's pretty quick, and that's pretty good for Wolverine. Wolverine should move quick.
Yeah, and how a series, like how it needs to play out. You can tell he's sowing these seeds, setting up a foundation, introducing new characters, developing these fun character moments that you're going to understand. In this book, Wolverine has Kid Omega do this psychic trick on a super powerful psychic because this psychic is following Wolverine around. Wolverine gets Magneto drunk, steals his helmet, and then makes Kid Omega pretend to be Wolverine. So it's sort of a trick on the villain and the reader. So by the end of it, you're like, oh, snap, that wasn't Logan the whole time. It was Kid Omega playing a trick on. And it was just a really fun little comic book thing to do. But it's classic Wolverine solo comics, where Wolverine is just
something that Wolverine would do.
Exactly. He's just out doing his own thing. And the way he gets it, he gets Magneto all drunk, like out drinks Magneto, and Magneto passes out and then he takes his helmet. Just fun sort
Gets
of,
you in a drinking contest, yeah.
Yeah. But
drink Magneto under the table.
There's also the gore and the violence that you expect from a Wolverine book. And it's fully rooted in the whole new status quo that Hickman has created. And it's just very refreshing. And
they still skirting around the whole Jean Grey, Scott Summers Wolverine thing.
That's a different. We're too late in the show for me to start there.
Okay.
But yeah, I have a deep problem with a lot of that. What's going on? If I have one bone to pick with Wolverine books over the years, and maybe a lot of the big 2 books, is that it didn't quite feel like it was entrenched with the rest of the shared universe or even the shared franchise. A lot of times Wolverine felt like he was outside the universe, the Marvel universe, and the X-Men universe altogether.
I definitely see that.
Yeah.
This isn't that.
It was like every other book, he was overexposure. Yeah.
This is not that, dude. This is fully entrenched in everything that they're doing with X-Men right now, while also being a singularly Wolverine book, and the character, and I love it. Adam Kubert is a legend.
Like you said earlier, that's probably the biggest strength with the X-Men franchise right now is that they're all connected, and you can see the connections.
Yep.
But you don't have to read everything
until X of Swords.
Until X of Swords. Until they fuck it up. Yeah.
Exactly. Awesome, man.
That
was awesome. That was awesome. 90 minutes, man. A lot of big news. The news really did us in.
We didn't really get to a lot of the news.
But the news definitely did us in.
We had like San Diego Comic-Con stuff that we could have talked about.
Let's see.
Those trailers.
There was other stuff. There was like stuff about like the tie-in between like the Vader book and the Rise of Skywalker.
We'll probably need books next week. We'll probably need news next week too.
Well, I got stuff from last week that we hadn't got to.
Oh my gosh, we'll save it up. We'll need it. We'll need it eventually. We'll have a drought soon.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks everybody for listening. Like and share our stuff on whatever platform you're reading it or seeing this on. Check out our other platforms. We're on YouTube and on Facebook. That's basically it.
Yeah.
We have other streamers on this sort of network. The Comic Book Bully stream here. I think Geek Savs, whenever they come back, they're going to stream here. We've got the Creators Corner. I'm doing a preview show. I'm doing top 5 sometime in August. What?
Okay, Boomer.
Yeah, Okay Boomer. Love that show. That's a couple of old guys reviewing old books.
Get Valiant.
Get Valiant.
We're still associated with Get Valiant, but we're not directly associated. I need to talk to Hoosier. If he's using, he was in here earlier. I should have mentioned something. But if he's using the full board, StreamYard, all I got to do is make him an admin on the Outright Geekery Facebook page, and he has access to do this stuff too. I'm also thinking about doing a Saturday morning game stream.
Ooh.
I got all kinds of free time now.
Yeah.
There's no broken website. So yeah, like I said at the beginning, we're closing the door. We burned down the house and we're building a new one. So that's it, man. Awesome. Cool.
Onward to new horizons.
Thanks mostly to you two guys for hanging out.
And thanks for having us.
Yeah,
it's
man.
always
Anytime.
a pleasure.
We are going to do it again next week.
Same geek time, same geek channel.